Hi everyone, we are still under Objective 1 and we're looking at the video that is identifying transformations from a graph. So let's look at example 1, and it shows us a graph and it wants us to put into words what the transformation is. So I'm going to go to Desmos just to make this graph a little bit bigger. But the graph that you're seeing, the parent function is in red and then the transformation is in blue. So if I start with this parent function, what I see happen from red to blue is that it moved down 2. And then the other thing that I see happening is from this red to blue, it was flipped over this x-axis, and we call that a reflection over the x-axis. So it was moved down 2, and then it was reflected over the x-axis. So if I look at my answers here, A, B, C, and D, the one that says both down 2 and reflected over the x-axis is going to be letter D. Translation reflected over the x-axis and shifted down 2. So that is your answer for this graph. Let's look at example 2, which is giving us a graph still, but it's saying, I want you to put it into an equation for what's being transformed. So again, I'm gonna go to Desmos and make it a little bit bigger. But here I have my parent graph in red, and then I have my transformation in blue. So a couple of things I see happening here. So from my red to blue, I see that I went to the right 2. So I'm going to start by saying I went to the right 2, okay? What else happened from my red to my blue? I also see that I went down 1. So I went right 2 and down 1. So I'm going to say that it also went down 1. So I need to make an equation that says right 2 and down 1. Now, whenever I see a right or left, I know that my transformation is going to have parentheses. Inside that parentheses, so if it's going right 2, what's going to be in my parentheses is the opposite. So it's actually going to be x minus 2, the opposite. And then I can't forget about that down 1, which is always just going to be at the end of my equation, a minus 1. So let's go back to my answers and see which one looks like that. So the answer that looks like x minus 2 in parentheses minus 1 is going to be C. So my answer for this one is C. It's a little bit big, sorry about that, but it's going to be C, x minus 2 in parentheses minus 1. And there you have it to finish Objective 1.